So I have a confession to make. Those steps I gave in recovering from debt, or how to actually pay back your debt, were steps that I took 2 to 3 years ago. I was in a similar situation in my past where I had a huge debt that I needed to pay. Hi y'all, welcome to the 500,000 Naira Savings Challenge. If you're just joining us for the first time, my name is Mary Jane. I am your Chief Boss Babe. Alright, so far we are in the last week of August. Basically, if you have made it this far, I will say congratulations if you followed the assignment. Even if you didn't do them timely, but you've been able to make out time to at least sit down and do them, I will say congratulations to you. It shows dedication. It shows that you are really willing to take this next step in your life. So we're in the last week of August, and if you actually notice, from the first week till now, everything we have done was geared towards intentional spending and tracking of our expenses, which the August theme is all about. So if you haven't downloaded the challenge calendar, you can actually get it in the link in the description below. So the reason for you to actually have the calendar, so you'll be able to follow up on what we're doing and get yourself prepared for the next theme and topic of the week. Before we go into the matter of today, let's do a little bit of recap of last week's topic. So last week I actually posted late, and I still do apologize for that. I am sorry. And last week was all about knowing our spending habits and how to tackle debt, and I gave a few insights on how to tackle debt. So I have a confession to make. Those steps I gave in recovering from debt, or how to actually pay back your debt, were steps that I took 2 to 3 years ago. I was in a similar situation in my past where I had a huge debt that I needed to pay. I actually took out the loan to be able to further my education so that I can advance in my career. But when it came to paying back, I was lost. I was still new to the whole what money is and what money is not. That was in the face of me becoming financially literate and before starting finance for Spain. So these steps are what I personally took, and that's why I said, if you watched last week's video, I said you can tweak them to your own taste, to your own personal issues. I don't know how much you're owing. I don't know what ties are surrounded your debt. So that's why I said you can tweak them. And one thing I also like to notice, I have an accountable financial partner. I still have to date. Basically, he was one that kept me on my toes, making sure, okay, this is how I do things, and making sure I did those things. I would say I owe some of my financial growth to him being by my side, especially concerning my whole paying off my debt phase. So I think that's what made me grow. So this is me giving out a tip: have an accountable financial partner, someone who knows more about personal finance or more about finance than you, that has been there and is able to advise you and make sure that you are actually doing all the steps you need, necessary steps you need to get to your financial goals. Or the partner can actually be a best buddy who is also willing to grow their personal finance. Both of you are willing to grow your personal finance and are ready to push each other to the next level when it comes to your financial goals. So basically, just have somebody who would keep you on your toes and make sure you're taking all those necessary steps that you're supposed to be taking. So let's go towards the matter of today. I've never really given a recap that had tips and insights, so maybe this is something to hold on to the month of August. These insights I've given is something to hold on. Okay, this is what I've learned from the month of August. So basically, this week we'll be talking about tracking our expenses and budgeting. So all those expenses that we've been tracking from the first week to now, this is when we're going to actually use them. So you can actually wait till the weekend, so that at least the week would have ended, to actually put into practice or to what we're going to learn today. Okay, so how do we start tracking? This is where you get all your tracking journals out, your receipt, and actually your statement. So I would have said monthly statement for the month of August, but I would like you to go far as maybe June, July, and get your statement out. So for the month of August, I know we're tracking our things. You can use the statement plus your journals, your tracking journals, to actually go hand in hand. Then you can actually now use your other monthly statement, that's the May, June, depending June, July, to see, okay, how far, what did I spend things on during this month. So it will give you like a whole view of what you actually spent your money on. So that's why I will need you to go way so when you get all your materials out, you actually need a time alone, maybe Saturday morning. I like doing those kind of things for Saturday morning when I'm all alone, you know, have some good music to keep you in the mood. Get all your materials out. Now on your journal, like on a new sheet on your journal, you have to now create categories or sections, basically where you spend your money. I'm more old school. You can do it on an Excel sheet if you're an Excel person. So for every item of food, you can be placing, okay, I bought today food, transportation, miscellaneous, whatever categories you find yourself. And then you find out that as you're flipping through your track record or your statements, maybe there's new categories. You can create the new categories, so at the end of the day, maybe you sum up for every category. So when you're done placing each and every penny or dollar or naira to a category, you sum up all the categories, and if you can put them on Excel, beautiful, so that you can get a chart and see where most of your money is going to. I'm sure from the sum you see where most of your money is going to actually. So now that you know where most of your money is going to, it's time to budget. So budgeting is basically telling your money where it should go to. All right, so when you're creating a budget, you should have an expected amount you want to spend and what you actually spend. So from the information we got from tracking our expenses, that is what you put on the expected. So hold on, if you're trying to reduce cost on some places, especially realizing that from your tracking your expenses, this is also in the expected, where you get to realize, okay, I spent so much on food this month, I want to reduce that. Maybe I spent 50 last month, I want to reduce that to 30. You get, so that this 20 can go back into my savings. You put that on your expected, okay, this is how much I actually want to. So budgeting, you have to do it twice, first in the beginning of the month, and secondly at the end of the month. At the end of the month, after you've tracked your expenses, we've done the same cycle that we just did concerning tracking our expenses, writing them down, and summing them up. You now get to put what you actually spent on each category. So that way, when you look at your expected versus your what you actually spent, you'll be able to know, did you stay in line with what you actually planned? Did you really spend your money towards what you actually value? That way you'll be able to know if you're on point or you're not on point. You're on point if it's close to what you actually expected, but you're not on point if you go far away from what you expected. Far away in terms of you went above, way above your budget, and you're also on point if you went below your budget. The trick is actually to live below your means. So we at Finance Boss Babe have a budgeting tracker that you can use. So basically all you have to do is just come and put in your figures, and it does the whole calculation and gives you the whole summary that you need, that you will spend time in actually producing. So it even has a tracker where you can just come in and put your figure, okay, this is how much I spent today, and it has it there for you that you can always go to retrieve the record. So it's just actually for a token fee. You don't need to spend much to get it, but it is worth it. It is worth your time, it is worth your money, it is actually of value, because this is something you get to use month on month, year on year, and then you can always go back and see how far you've grown financially and how well you are doing now, which I know you would be doing in the next years to come. So to get it, you actually find it in the link in the description below. It is absolutely amazing. This is basically how you budget and track your expenses. So throughout the week, I'll be showing you how I tend to track my own expenses. I'm more of an old school person, so I'll be printing out everything and then writing down everything before I transfer it on an Excel sheet, So I like to, be in the work, be in the node. I think doing that actually gives me more fulfillment and pleasure. Okay, so that's me. I'll be showing you how I get to do that. And also on Sunday, we'll be hosting a webinar where I get to teach you how to budget like a pro using the Finance Boss Babe budget tracker. So I'll be showing you how you just need to put in your figures, and voila, everything just works seamlessly. So please do register for the webinar. The link is in the description below if you're interested in learning how to using the budget tracker, which I will tell you, it's fantastic. So in this webinar is your opportunity to get that personalized budgeting feel. So it's not just me showing you how to use the Finance Boss Babe budgeting tracker, but creating budgeting systems that work for you. So please do really participate, ask the questions, those burning questions that you have, so that we can help you solve those problems that you have when it comes to creating your own personalized budget. Okay, so like I've said, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I am here to help you achieve your financial goals. So this is the end of this YouTube video, and especially the end of the August theme basically. So it's been a beautiful month. It was the start of our financial journey together, so I would say thank you for actually participating. We had our ups, we had our down, but we're still working on, you get. So this is where we say bye till next week Monday, which won't be officially be September by then though. But bye and have a beautiful week. Ciao.